Good morning to all. So myself, M.SONIYA, Assistant Professor of Railtech Multitech, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Shakuntala Engineering College. So today my subject is programming in C, and my topic is control system. So control system, its objectives or to introduce the main kind of C control flow. So control C control flow, it's so based upon the control flows, or there are maybe situations where the programmer requires to alter normal flow of execution of program. So normal flow of execution of program, or to perform the same operations number of times. So it is called the control system, which means the maybe situations where the programmer requires to alter normal flow. So normal flow of execution of the program, or to perform the same operations a number of times. So it is the two type of control structure. So first one is a decision control system. Next one is a loop control system. So further videos or following decision control system. So next one is the digital control system. So digital decision control system it's a alter the normal sequential execution. So normal sequential executions of the statements of program depending upon the test condition. So which means a decision making. So depending upon the test conditions to be carried out at a particular point in a program. So it is the followed some statements. So follow some statements, or if statement, if else statement, else if later, nested if, switch statement. So those are all conditions or followed the decision control statement. So next one is if statement. So if statement, it's nothing but it's a most simple and powerful decision control system. It's only one condition of this statement. So which means the execute the statements or block of statements only if the condition is true. So only true conditions are executed. So syntax also, you see the following syntax. So if condition, so conditions inner part of the statement. So once the condition is executed, or otherwise the next statement are executed. So this is the if statement. So only one conditions are executed. So that is called the if statement. So next one is the following flow chart. So the flow of a condition. So the flow of a condition is true or false. So if the condition is true, so if statement is to take here one condition. So if the condition is true, so block of statement is executed. Otherwise, the false condition is occurred. So go to the next statement. So next one, stop the program. So for a simple program in if statements are, so first I declare the header file and main function. So next is data types, which means the integer. So int. Next one, variable name num. So clear screen and printf. So printf, it's the input condition, which means enter the number. So whatever you enter the number, and the scanf is the output function. So output function is you print the output. So which one print the output? So number, variable name number. So location number, it's the location of output. So my condition is if num modulo 2 equal to 0. So if condition is true, so number is even. So otherwise the condition is false, end of the program. So this is the simple example of if statement. So next one is if else statement. So next one is if-else statement, and if-else statement is the condition, I mean case of statement. So the block of statement is executed with the, I mean the state of condition or block of conditions are same. So it is executed. So executed the, okay. The block of a statement is executed only when the condition is true. So otherwise the control is transferred to the next statement. So flow if blocks. So the if condition is only executed in true conditions. So the if-else statement is executed in both are true or false condition executed. So the following syntax are if and conditions, statement 1 and statement 2, else statement 3. So statement 1 and 2 are a true condition and else part is the false conditions. So both are two conditions are executed in at a time. So the flow charts are, see the flow chart. So that is test condition. So true, it means true. So block of if statement, I mean if block. So if block is executed, otherwise the test condition is false. The block of else statement, I mean else part of statement is executed. So otherwise, next is go to the next statement and end the program. So it is called the if else statement. So first one, if statement is only executed in if condition. That means true condition only executed. So if else statement is both, so true or false. So both conditions are executed. So one is if part and next one is else part. So both conditions are executed. So next one is nested if else statement. So nested if else statement is itself. So itself condition and itself statement are executed. So when an entire if else is enclosed within the body of if statement and in the body of else statement. So only it occur in body of if statement or body of else statement. So it is called a nested if else statement. So see the conditions. So first one if condition. So condition 1. So it's you see the if condition 1 and itself of condition 2. So if condition 2. So if condition 2 also have a statement 1. So if condition 2 have a statement 1 and else part, it also have a else part statement 2. Okay. So this is if condition 2. So close the if condition 2. So if condition 2 executes, so only for statement 1, otherwise statement 2. So condition 2. So condition 1 execute, so else part. So else part and statement 3. Condition 1 execute. Okay. So clear. So next one, if condition 1 and if condition 2. So the close brace of if condition 2 and statement 1 else statement 2. So otherwise else if condition 3 statement 3. Last is else statement 4, which means condition 1. Okay, right? So first one is if statement, I mean if condition 1 and itself of condition 2. So conditions 2 sub block of statement 1 and statement 2. So this is our condition 2 block and condition 1 block is else part. So statement 3. So next one is condition 1 and condition 2. So condition 2 itself of statement 1, statement 2, which means if else part. And condition 1 continue the condition 3. So sub condition. So condition 1 have here 2 sub condition. So it's condition 2 and condition 3. So condition 3 have here statement 3. So and last one condition 1 else statement 4. So clear? And the next condition, if condition 1, statement 1, else, if condition 2, statement 2, else statement 3. So if condition have a one statement or otherwise else statement, I mean else part is if condition 2. So if condition 2, statement 2 or else statement 3. So execute this is, I mean loop condition inside the condition and block of program. So it is called if else statement. So next one, if else later. So if else if later, it means so involving multiple conditions. So multiple conditions, it's called if else later. So the nested if else statement make a program so very difficult. So to write and understand the nested more deeply. Okay. So we use if else if later. So using some syntax. So first we see the syntax if conditional one and statement 1 is executed, or else if condition 2, statement 2 is executed, or else if condition 3, statement 3 is executed. So else default statement executed. So see the flow chart. So first one condition. So condition is true, statement 1 is executed, or otherwise the condition is false, condition 2 is executed. So condition 2 execute, the statement is true, condition 2, so statement 2 execute, or the condition 2 is false, condition 3 is execute. The condition 3 execute, the true, the condition 3, so statement 3 is execute, or false, condition 3 is execute, default statement execute, or otherwise next statement or execute. So it is a very easy understand for a difficult program. So you write a if else statement to make the program so very difficult to write and understand the nested so more deeply. So that's why it's a easy way of more difficult program. So this if else if later. So next one, switch statement. So switch statement means a multi-way decision making statement. So switch statement, it's a multi-way decision making statement which selects one of the several alternatives. So select one of several alternatives. So based on the value of single variable or expressions. So it is used a single variable or expressions. So mainly used to replace multiple if else if statements. So it is used in mainly replace multiple if else statement. So if else statement causes perform degradation as several conditions needed to be evaluated. So before a particular conditions is satisfied. So it is called a switch statement. So switch statement syntax are the switch into expressions. So it is so only used in values. I mean values or expressions. So only used in this kind of a process. So the syntax or switch into expressions. So case constant 1 colon statement break and case constant 2 statement break. So otherwise the default statement is executed. So this is the switch statement. Switch statement is used to multiple if else if statement. So replace the multiple statement. So it is used in this concept. Okay. So next one is break statement. So break statements used in a particular condition or particular statement or particular part of or portion of program. So used in break statement. So the break statement terminates the execution of the loop. So in which it is defined. The control is transferred immediately to the next executable statement. So after the loop. So it is mostly used to execute early from the loop by skipping the remaining statement of loop or switch control structure. So syntax is also break. So it is a simple. So we have a particular portion of a program. So we will use in break. Okay. So next looping structure. So over the decision control statement, and the next one is looping structure. So looping structure is we want to repeat a group of statement. So repeat of statement a number of times loops are used. So using a loop structure. Okay. So the loops are executed until the condition is true. So whenever my condition is true, until execute the loop condition. Okay, so next the conditions becomes a false. The control terminates the loop and move on to next instructions immediately. So after the loop. So the looping structures are many types. So first one while, next two while, and for. So we will see the following slides. So looping statements it's divided in two parts. So first one body of the loop and next one control of the loop. So body of the loop and control of the loop is following slides, and mainly control of loop is divided into two parts. So which means entry control loop. So entry control loop means while and for loop, and exit control loop is do and while loop. So we will see in one by one. So while statement. So while statement it's a used to execute a set of statement as long as condition is evaluated to true. So which means we will mention measure in some loop conditions. So I'll given in the limits. So my loop is until reach the limits. So the loop is executed. So reach the destinations until they execute my loop. So this is the while loop conditions. Okay, the mostly used in those cases where the programmer does not know in advance. So how many times the loop will be executed. So the syntax of while statement is while and conditions. So only the conditions while and conditions and inner loop of statement 1 and statement 2. So this is a while statement syntax, and the flow chart, we will see the flow chart. So condition, so true my condition, so execute the statement until I reach the destination. So next, otherwise, next statement or while loop or executed, otherwise executed. So this is the while statement. So next one, do while. So do while it's similar to while. So except that the test condition. So test it's except the test conditions. So it's evaluated at the end of the loop instead of at the beginning as in case of while loop. So in a do while, the body of the loop always execute at least once, even if the test condition is evaluates to false during the first iterations, which means see the flow chart. So the test condition is given. So my condition is true. So go to the body of loop. So reach the destinations. So until the loop is evaluated. So my condition is false. So go to for the next statement. So my syntax, we see the syntax do first execute the statement 1 or 2, and next is while condition are executed. So do while statement, first execute do statement, and next is executed a while statement. This is the condition of do while statement. So next one is for loop. So for loop is the most versatile and popular of three loop structures. So loop structures are based on and popular loop for loop. So it is used in those situations when a programmer knows in advance the number of times a statement or block will be executed. So we know the statement. I mean, how many looping structure are executed. So we will use in for loop. So you know that, and you will use in for loop. So it contains loop control element all at one place, while in other loop they are scattered over the program. So and are difficult to understand. Okay, so that's why we use in for loop. So the for loop syntax is for initialization, conditions, and increment or decrement, any one conditions. So it used in based on program. So next one, statements. So this is our loop, for loop syntax. And next is the for is a short of while. So for loop, so used in the two methods. So any method will use. Okay. So first one, for into expression one or expression two and expression three, and next statement are executed. Or so next expressions, what expression one, while expression two, next statement execute, and expression three. So we'll use in both concept or same. So any one are used in my program language. Okay. So next one, various other ways writing a same for loop. So same for loop we will use in those three types. So we will follow any one loop. Okay. So first, my I value is 1. So initialize my value is 1. And for loop I less than equal to 15 I plus plus. So until I reach the 15, until I looping condition is processed until reach my destination. So next in for I equal to 1 I plus plus, the same way it's if I greater than 15. So greater than 15 will reach and stop my program process, for loop process. And next one is for I equal to 1 I less than equal to 15. So same, and this is one is incremental order. So we will using in incremental order. So next one, some examples, for loop example. So for I equal to 7, I less than equal to 77, I plus equal to 7. So incremental order. So next one, statement. So next is for I equal to 20, I greater than equal to 2, I minus 2. So it is the decrement. So next is same, increment and decrement. So what is increment and decrement? It's increment is first add 1 to C by writing. So we will use in C program incremental order. So use this conditions. C equal to C plus 1 and C plus equal to 1, C plus 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 C. So those are all things are same. We will use in any one condition. So next, or a simple program for pre-increment and post-increment. So my header file and main function. So declare my data types and variable name. So variable name I assigned. So C equal to 5. So my value is 5. So print C. So print C means my value 5 is print, and I'll allocate the memory location. So we'll use in C++, which means post increment. So post increment means, so my value is 5 and increment the my value. So 5, store the 5 and increment my value. So next is store the memory. So next one is same value and plus plus C. So post increment is my value is 5 and increment my value. So pre increment is increment, first increment my value, next store my C value. Okay, so next add the C value. So this is the different state of pre conditions and post conditions. So next decrement, that's same. So increment it's the same. and C equal to C minus 1, and C minus 1 equal to 1, C minus 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 C. So it is also same. So either one options you will use in your program. Okay. So next, continue statement. So continue statement is a break statement opposite. Okay. So the continue statement also skip the remaining statement of the body of the loop. So whether it is defined, but instead of terminating the loop, the control is transferred to beginning of the loop for next iteration. Okay, so break statement is a particular program we will use in particular portions. We will use in break, and continue statement in control one statement to another statement, control flow. So it will use in control statement. The loop contains until the test conditions of the loop become false. So syntax of continue statements are continue, continue. So syntax is continue. So for example of a continuous statement is for loop used in M and N two loops. And first one is M equal to 1, M less than or equal to 3, M plus plus, and N equal to 1, N less than or equal to 2, N plus plus. So if my condition N equal to N, it's a true. So my condition is true. My condition is true. So until loop or continue, until my condition is false, break the statement. I mean stop the loop. Okay. So this is the continuous statement. So next one, go to statement. So go to statement is the unconditional control statement that causes the control to the jump to a different locations in the program. So without checking any conditions. So without checking in any conditions, jump the one location to another location. So it is normally used alter the normal sequence of program executions by transferring control to some other part of the program. So it is also called a jump statement. So the jump statement syntax is go to label. So the syntax go to label for go to statement. So go to statement also called a jump statement. So the label, next to label is represent an identifier. So go to statement used in label. So this is label is represent identifier. So which is used to label the destination statement to which the control should be transferred. So label colon statement. So these conditions are used. So the go to statement causes the control to be shifted. So either in forward directions or in a backward directions. So shifted any directions. This is the go to statement. So next is the exit function. So exit function, it's a C provide a runtime library function exit. So runtime library function is exit. So which when encountered in program, so causes the program to terminations without executions, any statement followed it. Okay. The syntax of exit status. The status is integer variable or constant. Okay. So next one, the status is 0, then program normally terminated without any error. Okay. Or non-zero your status. So indicate abnormal terminations. So terminations of the program. So the exit functions is defined in the process.h. So header file. So header file include பண்ணிக்கலாம். So we will include in header file, which means exit function. So called exit function. Next one is the difference between exit and the break. So exit, it's used to transfer the control completely out of the program. So whereas the break is used to transfer the control out of the loop or switch statement. So it is the differences between exit and the break statement. So thank you so much.